What if I told you that the nursing home your family keeps mentioning isn't your only choice? What if there were ways to age gracefully, safely and happily, without surrendering your freedom or your sense of self? For millions of people over 65, the traditional nursing home model feels like a one-way ticket to invisibility. But here's what the industry doesn't want you to know. There are 7 revolutionary alternatives that are changing everything about how we age in America. These aren't pipe dreams or expensive fantasies. These are real solutions that real people are using right now to reclaim their golden years. And by the time you finish reading this, you might discover that your best years aren't behind you. They're just getting started. Some of these options will surprise you. Others might challenge everything you thought you knew about aging. But all of them share one powerful truth. You get to choose how your story unfolds. Before we dive in, if you're finding this valuable, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're here to give you the tools, insights and inspiration you need to age on your own terms. You've earned the right to live exactly how you want. Let's explore how to make that happen. Number 1. Creating your personal care team at home. Here's a radical idea. What if instead of moving somewhere else, you brought the care to you? The new model of aging at home isn't about struggling alone or becoming a burden to your family. It's about assembling your own personal dream team of support that keeps you exactly where you belong, in the home you've built, surrounded by the memories you've made. This isn't your grandmother's home care. We're talking about a coordinated network that might include a housekeeper who becomes a friend, a personal chef who knows exactly how you like your coffee, a companion who shares your love of old movies, and healthcare professionals who treat you like family. The magic happens when these people work together, not just to keep you safe, but to keep you thriving. Consider Maria, 82, who transformed her home life by hiring a part-time companion 3 days a week. This companion doesn't just help with medications. She's become Maria's bridge partner, gardening buddy, and the person who reminds her that her opinion still matters. Maria says it's like having a daughter who chose to be there. The psychological impact is profound. When you stay in your own space, your brain doesn't have to constantly adapt to new surroundings. Your muscle memory knows where everything is. Your routines can stay intact. You wake up to the same sunrise through the same window, and that continuity is medicine for the soul. The beautiful thing about home care is its flexibility. Maybe you start with someone coming twice a week to help with heavy cleaning and grocery shopping. As your needs change, you can add more support without changing your entire world. You're not adapting to someone else's schedule. They're adapting to yours. Number 2, the multi-generational home revolution. Forget everything you think you know about moving in with your adult children. The new multi-generational living movement isn't about becoming the live-in babysitter or losing your independence. It's about creating intentional, mutually beneficial households where everyone wins. The key is designing these arrangements like business partnerships, with clear expectations, defined roles, and respect for everyone's autonomy. You're not moving in as the needy parent. You're joining as a contributing member of a multi-generational family unit that values wisdom, experience, and the irreplaceable presence that only comes with a life well lived. Take Robert, 77, whose solution was brilliant in its simplicity. His son built a small apartment above their garage, with its own entrance, kitchenette and living space. Robert has his own life, his own schedule and his own privacy. But he also has Sunday dinners with the family, gets to watch his grandchildren grow up and provides the kind of steady, calming influence that only comes from someone who's seen it all. The financial benefits are real. Shared expenses, potential tax advantages, and the security of knowing help is always nearby. But the emotional benefits run deeper. There's something powerful about being needed, not just cared for. When you help with homework, share family stories, or simply offer the perspective that comes from 8 decades of living, you're not just receiving care, you're giving purpose. Research shows that seniors in multi-generational homes report higher life satisfaction and maintain cognitive function longer. It's not just about having people around, it's about being an integral part of something larger than yourself. Number 3, home transformation, making your space work for you. What if your home could evolve with you? What if instead of leaving the place you love, you could transform it into the safest, most comfortable space you've ever lived in? The home modification movement is revolutionizing how we think about aging in place, and it's not about admitting defeat. It's about playing smart. We're talking about strategic improvements that don't scream old person lives here, but whisper intelligent person planned ahead. Walk-in showers that feel like spa retreats. Stair lifts that are so sleek they look like furniture. Lighting that automatically adjusts to help you see clearly without ever thinking about it. These aren't band-aids, they're upgrades to a life well lived. Smart home technology has become the secret weapon of successful aging. Voice-activated assistants that can call for help, remind you about medications, or simply provide company when you're feeling lonely. Security systems that let your family check in without being intrusive. Medication dispensers that eliminate the guesswork and give everyone peace of mind. Consider Patricia, 79, who was ready to sell her beloved home after a minor fall left her shaken. Instead, she invested in a comprehensive home modification that included better lighting, grab bars that looked like designer fixtures, and a kitchen reorganization that put everything within easy reach. 6 months later, she told me she felt safer in her home than she had in years, and more importantly, she felt proud of it again. The psychological impact of staying in your own space cannot be overstated. Every corner holds a memory, every room tells a story. Your morning coffee tastes better in your own kitchen, and your garden blooms more beautifully when you've tended it for decades. Home modifications aren't about accommodating limitations, they're about preserving the life you've built. Number 4. Intentional family integration. There's a difference between living with family out of necessity and choosing to live with family out of love and wisdom. The most successful multi-generational arrangements happen when everyone involved sees it as an opportunity to create something better than what any of them could have alone. This isn't about you moving into their house or them moving into yours. It's about creating a new kind of household that honors everyone's needs, boundaries and contributions. Maybe it's converting part of your home into a separate suite for your daughter's family. Maybe it's finding a duplex where you can be close but independent. Maybe it's simply living in the same town and sharing certain aspects of daily life. The magic happens in the details. Shared meals a few times a week, but not every night. Help with grandchildren when you want to, not when you're expected to. Respect for your schedule, your friendships, and your need for solitude. When these arrangements work, they create a richness of daily life that benefits everyone involved. David, 81, and his daughter found their perfect solution when they bought a small apartment building together. David lives in one unit, his daughter's family in another, and they rent out the third. Everyone has their own space. Shared expenses are manageable. And David gets to be the involved grandfather without losing his independence. He says it's the best decision he's made in decades. The success of these arrangements depends on honest communication from the start. What does everyone hope to gain? What are the non-negotiables? How will decisions be made? When these conversations happen early and honestly, they create the foundation for years of mutual support and genuine joy. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our content. Your engagement helps us continue creating the resources you need to age powerfully and purposefully. Number 5. Senior living communities that actually understand freedom. Not all senior communities are created equal, and the best ones understand that you're not looking for a place to wait out your remaining years, you're looking for a place to live them fully. The new generation of independent living communities is designed around a simple principle. You should have more choices as you age, not fewer. These communities offer what I call freedom with a safety net. You have your own apartment or cottage, your own schedule, and your own life. But you also have access to services when you want them, social opportunities when you're in the mood, and the peace of mind that comes from being in a place that understands your stage of life. The best communities feel less like institutions and more like neighbourhoods designed for people who've earned the right to live exactly as they choose. Some focus on lifelong learning with lecture series and book clubs, others emphasise wellness and outdoor activities. Still others cater to creative spirits with art studios and music rooms. Margaret, 76, was sceptical when her son suggested she look at a senior community. She'd always been fiercely independent and couldn't imagine living somewhere with a bunch of old people. But the community she chose had a pottery studio, a walking club, and a group that volunteers at the local animal shelter. 2 years later, she says she's busier and happier than she's been since retirement began. The social aspect cannot be underestimated. Loneliness is a silent epidemic among seniors, not because they don't want to be around people, but because they don't know how to find their people. These communities create natural opportunities for connection with others who share your interests, your stage of life, and your desire to keep growing. Number 6. Technology as your aging-in-place partner. The future of aging at home isn't just about ramps and grab bars. It's about technology that acts like a caring, invisible assistant, keeping you safe and connected without getting in your way. The latest generation of aging-in-place technology is so seamless, so intuitive, that it feels less like accommodation and more like an upgrade. Modern fall detection systems don't require you to wear anything or remember to press anything. They're built into your walls and ceilings, silently monitoring for unusual patterns and alerting help if needed. Smart pill dispensers that talk to you gently, reminding you about medications and even notifying family members if you miss a dose, but only if you want them to. Home monitoring systems that learn your routines and can detect when something's off, not to spy on you, but to ensure you're safe. Lights that brighten automatically when you get up at night. Thermostats that keep your home at the perfect temperature. Refrigerators that help you keep track of what you have and what you need. It's like having a personal assistant who never sleeps and never judges. William, 83, was reluctant to try any technology more complicated than his television remote. But after his daughter installed a simple smart home system, he discovered he loved being able to control his lights, music and temperature with his voice. More importantly, the system's health monitoring features gave his family peace of mind without making him feel watched. He says technology went from being intimidating to being liberating. The goal isn't to replace human connection. It's to enhance your ability to live independently while staying connected to the people who matter most. When technology works properly, it fades into the background, quietly ensuring your safety while you focus on living your life. Number 7. Communities where age is just a number. The most revolutionary housing model might be the one that doesn't segregate by age at all. Intergenerational communities are popping up across the country based on the radical idea that people of all ages have something valuable to offer each other, and that the artificial separation of generations has hurt us all. These aren't communes or social experiments. They're thoughtfully designed neighborhoods where young families, middle-aged professionals and older adults choose to live as neighbors, not strangers. The result is a richness of daily life that benefits everyone involved. Imagine living in a place where your neighbor might be a young teacher who appreciates your stories about the neighborhood's history, or a college student who helps you with technology in exchange for cooking lessons, where parents feel comfortable letting their children play outside because they know there are caring adults keeping an eye on things, and where your wisdom and experience are seen as assets, not burdens. Eleanor, 78, moved into an intergenerational community in California after her husband passed. She was nervous about being around so many young people, but quickly discovered that she had become the unofficial grandmother to several families in her building. She helps with after-school childcare, shares her famous cookie recipes, and in return receives help with everything from changing light bulbs to understanding her smartphone. She says it's given her a sense of purpose she thought she'd lost forever. These communities work because they're based on mutual benefit, not charity. The young families get built-in childcare, wisdom, and the stability that comes from multi-generational relationships. The older adults get energy, purpose, and connection to a world that's constantly changing. Everyone gets the irreplaceable gift of being needed and valued. Growing older doesn't mean growing smaller. It doesn't mean accepting less joy, less connection, or less control over your own life. What we've explored today proves that your best years don't have to be behind you. They can be exactly where you are and where you're headed. Whether you choose to transform your current home into your perfect aging-in-place sanctuary, create a meaningful multi-generational living arrangement, find a community that celebrates your independence, or pioneer an entirely new way of living, the key is this: You get to choose. You've earned that right through decades of living, learning and contributing to the world. The question isn't whether you're getting older. We all are. And that's a privilege denied to many. The question is how you're going to age, with intention or by accident, with joy or resignation, surrounded by people who see your value or isolated from the world you helped create. Your story isn't ending. It's entering a new chapter. And like all the best stories, this one gets to be written by you. Which of these paths calls to your heart? Which one makes you sit up a little straighter and think, yes, that's how I want to live? Thank you for joining me on this journey today. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these alternatives resonates most with you, or share your own creative solution for aging on your terms. Your insights help our entire community learn and grow together. If this opened your eyes to new possibilities, please like this video, subscribe to our channel and share it with someone who needs to know they have choices. Together, we're rewriting the narrative on aging, one empowered decision at a time. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring how to make your golden years truly golden.